Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fans of all ages, we're back again with another episode of Bumps and Bruises podcast. I am Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid. Either to my left or my right, we got Derek, aka Bama 392, and we're here. Another quick episode. Shane is not here this week; he's having vacation with his family. We wish him the best, and let's first and foremost let's start off and talking about the T-shirt that I got. I got the WWE Jalen Brunson T-shirt. Yeah, my favorite tee right now. I just took it out of its bag.
When did that drop?
It dropped like a week ago, a week or two ago, something like that. But I just got it like day before yesterday, so I'm very happy that I got it, and I'm rocking it for the pod, and I will be rocking it for the rest of the day. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, I am wearing my Knicks Crocs. So yeah, I'm all day, every day, Knicks all day. So how are you, Derek? How are you feeling?
I'm pretty good, man. I ain't got nothing special on. All right, I mean, I do got something. I got a little New Day shirt on.
Okay.
Thank God for the New Day.
That's fire. That's fire. Speaking of the New Day, I saw Big E this weekend at Fanatics Fest. I saw him there. It's not like I was hanging out with him. I saw him.
I didn't say it like that. I was just like Fan Fest. Like I saw everything social media wise. Like I wish I could have went. Like if I was closer.
It was crazy. It was a crazy weekend. I got to meet Carl Anthony Towns. I did a meet and greet with him. I shout out to one of the GOATs, Bernie Williams. Got a picture with him. Keegan Michael Key.
You actually
amazing.
Did meet and greets? Crazy.
No, I didn't. I was able to just roll up, because of the badges that I had, and people would chill. And
you did say you got asked to go, right?
Yep. And it was a good time. I recommend people to go. It is probably one of my favorite conventions, especially if you're a sports guy. Think of it as like a sports guy a Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's the sport version of WrestleMania, bro.
It was legit. I got to speak with Shannon Briggs. If you're a boxing fan, ran into I Show Speed. Shout out to Juan and his son Bash. We're big fans of his, and it was pretty cool. I had a ton of fun, and of course I saw family. But on the same night that I got there, we had SmackDown.
Yes, we did.
And SmackDown was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode. The ending, which we'll get to, was also very interesting. So we basically have so SmackDown opens up with Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. Was that the semifinal? Was that the opener?
Or I believe it was the opener.
Let's triple check here. We do have internets.
And that was the semifinal.
That was the semifinal to determine who's the one of the two participants that went to what's it called? Night of Champions. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Night of Champions, New Day is set to defend the tag belts on Monday Night Raw after Night of Champions. So I don't think that they're going in. And then a couple of the news things that we saw was that I believe they postponed the AJ Styles Dom match, so it's not happening in Saudi.
Yeah, so-called Dom got injured somehow, some way, whatever.
Well, so, I think that's all storyline. Like, I don't think it was an actual injury, but I'm curious to maybe they're trying to just stack the cards. They're like this match will probably do better here. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Trying to see something else. Yeah, so I'm trying to pull up the Friday Night SmackDown information here. Oh, there we go. Nope. Don't got it. So Do you remember what opened up the show? Like, I had so much things going on this weekend.
I felt like it was Oscar. If I had the little thing pulled up, I just hit Netflix real quick. But don't.
Let's see. All right. So I got it here. I
There
got
we
it
go.
here. Sorry about that. So basically, what we had was the show opened up with the usual montage. We followed LA Knight walking in, and then I believe we got enter Paul Heyman. That was the opening segment, and he basically recaps everything that's happened. He says LA Knight is right. Lots has gone down between him and Seth, and he's here tonight. And basically, they have the promo where LA Knight challenges Paul to a match, which was hilarious, I think. And then, because and then Paul says, I am not a wrestler, so you get to face Bronson Reed, which I believe was the match that was made. Pretty solid opener. You got two guys that are on the mic, and then the funny, tease of LA Knight versus Paul Heyman was funny. And then, yes, the first match was indeed Alexa Bliss versus Asuka for the Queen of the Ring semifinals match. And the match was great. And then I honestly think that the fact that Asuka won was amazing. Like, second match back, she
Did you have
beat
her
him.
winning?
Yeah, of course I did have her winning.
Mm-hmm.
I had her and Jade in the finals. We talked about this. So then we had a backstage segment with B-Fab, Mia Yim, and Jade Cargill were shown watching the match. And then Cargill talks about, that she doesn't care if it's Asuka or because Roxanne is not ready for her, but Jade is there. She's legit and is ready for her match. And so we had Kit Wilson, one half of a Pretty Deadly, versus Aleister Black. Basically a standard match. Aleister Black beats him. And no, wait.
No.
Sorry,
We
Ron
had the
Killing
match.
starts
We had,
beating. Sorry, the match is cut off.
Mhm.
Ron Killings beats down Kit Wilson, and the match doesn't happen. And that was crazy. He calls out John Cena. So Aleister Black and Ron Killings have a
A little stare off.
confrontation,
Mm-hmm.
and then wow, Damian Priest comes out and they have an interaction. They have a little in-ring segment, and all of a sudden wow, this is actually, I completely forgot about this segment. You have a whole bunch of people basically coming in on that promo. And what do you think about that whole segment there?
With Ron Killings, man, look, right now I love anything that puts him in front of our faces. So the him coming out and just kind of being a loose cannon, kind of like how he was with the him and Truth, like after that kind of little segment when he was smoking on TV and stealing people's like snacks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. I definitely feel like this has to lead to a title match or
Do you
some
think
type of
so?
why not? We wanted him to have the title match the first time they fought.
Mm.
When he was still R-Truth, when it was still happy go lucky, R-Truth. Why not now?
True.
I was like, he didn't jump John Cena at a multitude of times. Anytime John Cena come out now, Ron Killings is watching close. So why not?
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I like where this is going. I think it sets up this entire segment set up a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It set up possibly Damian Priest versus Aleister Black, or maybe Damian Priest and R-Truth later on. It's a lot packed in. You had Jay and Cody have a little confrontation, and then it led us to another match, a semifinal match for the men, in which a lot of people were like, thought that this is how it was going to go. Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton RKO'd him and got the victory. And then I think this is good because this definitely pushes the Karrion Kross storyline forward, and I'm all for that. More TV time for Karrion Kross, more things for Sammy. What do you think about this angle?
So I feel like with Karrion Kross, it's kind of like that same thing with Ron Killings. Like Karrion Kross, he tells so many stories, and he ain't even stepped into the ring. And I don't know how long. I don't know when the last time he was in the ring.
Well, the last time he was in the ring, it wasn't for the WWE. It was
You're right.
GCW.
That's what I'm talking about. The last time he was in the ring for WWE, with the company he works for, I don't remember the last time he was, but he has been entertaining being backstage. I don't know if there's segments that he came up with or if creative is, giving him a little something, but I feel like it's probably what he comes up with and gets the okay to do. But he's been telling stories, so I can't wait to, to see him in the ring. I need him to get a win though too, if he does. Yeah. So, because he's told him with everybody with AJ Styles, with Sami Zayn, who else? Crap, it's somebody else. I can't remember who it is right now, but it was somebody else. He had little segments with Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Before that turn. And like I said, I don't know. It's something about him wearing the same hairstyle as the person he's manipulating.
Yep.
That gets me. I like it. So I'm here for it.
So after this match, we get a small backstage segment with Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
In the ring. And basically Nia Jax is saying that that Tiffany Stratton approached her to be under her wing because she knew exactly what she could do for her and how now she's thriving, and Tiffany betrayed her. Basically, Tiffany comes out, they go back and forth, and they have a match, right? And no, excuse me.
No, they don't have a match, they just brawl.
They brawl, and then as soon as Tiffany gets knocked down, all of a sudden Naomi comes down to the ring with a ref and attempts to cash in. Good little tease. Do you think Naomi's gonna win the belt in a cash in like that random show, or you think it's gonna be a pay-per-view moment? Or you think she might not actually successfully cash it in?
I think she has to successfully cash it in. I feel like they brought her back, after she left with the whole tag team thing with Sasha. They brought her back and haven't really done anything with her. They put her with the big three. Then, they pushed, Bianca, obviously, and Jade. And then, made her turn heel. She has to cash in successfully.
Okay.
I don't think that she should go down in the history books to be the first woman who failed to cash in. I would like for it to be like a kind of pay-per-view moment, just to kind of like put that little bit of shine on it. But
do you think we have a Nia swerve where she kept pulling her out of the ring, or is it a face turn for Nia?
I don't know if it's a face turn. Nia thrives in that heel state. I feel like that's where she does the best. I feel like it's just Nia being like, nah, you're not cashing in yet. Like, I'm gonna get my get back first. Yeah. So I feel like she probably end up cashing in on Nia. I'd rather her cash in on Tiffy because they have had that beef for so long. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I feel like it's better that way. And I still want a female bloodline. So
okay. I can see that. So then we get a surprisingly good match between Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm.
Like not surprising, and I didn't think that they were gonna. It was just like a pay per view caliber match, with Charlotte Flair, which I can't even remember the last time she got a win. She gets the win with the
Mm-hmm.
figure eight, and I think both women were strong in this match, and I
Yep.
think it helps them because you get Chelsea Green, with her service, um, and basically she's able to work with everybody, and then you get Charlotte to just come out and wrestle, which honestly I think is the best thing for her at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you watch this match?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Um, I do like that she got the win. Uh, you never want to see anybody on a long losing streak.
Yep.
Trading them back and forth is always fun, but I feel like this is gonna lead to like a slow turn for her. I don't know if it's gonna be a heel turn or a baby first turn, but something's about to start clicking with her. I feel like something's gonna happen with her and Alexa Bliss. I don't know if it's gonna be a team up or
Mm-hmm.
what. Because it's
I think it's interesting because the post match, the Secret Hervis
mm-hmm.
jump Flair, and then out of all of everybody, Alexa does come out and help her, but then
Mm-hmm.
typical Flair, she's like gives her the cold shoulder and leaves.
Yeah.
So they've been interacting backstage for like I felt like the last two or
For a
three
while.
weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's given like the bar when they got
mm,
kind of shoved together, except they haven't fought each other yet.
yeah,
So it's definitely given like the bar. So maybe they'll be a tag team. I know WWE definitely needs to do something with these tag team titles, either get rid of them, revamp them, something, because this tag team little curse thing
it's starting to
is
be real.
it's real, bro. It's real.
It's
It's
like
real.
it's right up there with like wearing number 0 and like blowing out your Achilles in the NBA. It's like
Oh my
holy
God.
crap.
Speaking of Achilles, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, speedy recovery to the Hollyban. Excuse me, Mr. Hollyban, Tyrese Halliburton. Even though I hate him as a Knick fan, I'd never want to see anybody hurt like that. But
No.
again, shouts out to my man Jalen Brunson. Amazing T-shirt WWE. Even with your basic designs, sometimes you guys hit a home run.
Jeez. Sometimes.
Um, so then we get JC Mateo. Can we talk about Jeff Cobb, aka JC Mateo?
Let's talk about him.
Why they're presenting him as a goofy character, like as somebody dumb, and then in this particular thing, he's smaller than everybody. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes.
Like stature wise, he's smaller than everybody, and like I feel like he might be getting lost in the shuffle because he says he's just taping his wrist and he says I'm gonna take care of Jacob Fatu, but Solo insists that he's gonna go out there and talk and smooth things over, and but he does let Mateo get ready, and then we go to break. We come back from the break. Solo Sikoa does his entrance, which is still probably one of the best songs in the biz. He says
Mhm.
that he's waiting for Fatu with open arms. He feels terrible about what happened and asks him to come out and clear the air. Enter, the Samoan werewolf. They have a back and forth. Jacob says the way he sees things, Solo has been using him to gain power and fight his battle. And so he can stay tribal chief. And then he brought him in basically as a tool to be used. But ever since he's been the United States champion, Solo has been looking at him different, and he figured out maybe the problem isn't him, maybe the problem is the title. And Jacob says that the title, he sets the title on the mat, and basically is like, if this is what you want, come get it, and he'll fight him for it. And then, of course, cue JC Mateo, and then the surprise of it all was we got Jim. Big Jim is back. Kind of like goes to try to clear the ring. The numbers game gets to him, but then Jacob Fatu
gets up.
helps him. They both clear the ring, and then Jacob, being the opposite of a werewolf or wolf rather, he just like kind of gives him a cold shoulder and walks out, like no appreciation. Um, basically he approaches Uso just enough to grab his belt, and they walk out. I like this slow burn. I feel like like uh I feel like we might get like this Fatu aligned loosely with like Jey Uso and Jimmy at a certain point. And I
I
like where
see it.
that's going.
I can
And
see it.
then
Him and Jimmy definitely have to have their little moment because that's who was really blowing up on them and everything.
yeah.
What was it? Solo Sequoia talking about that Jacob was all he had. What about JC? What about the
Yeah.
Tungans?
Yeah.
Which
And I think
wasn't
once
mentioned,
the Tongan brothers come back, I think Solo's gonna have the numbers, and I think that's when the Usos are gonna be back. Or I just don't know who the fourth person is gonna be, because I don't think Roman is gonna be a part of this storyline.
Listen, out of all the things I've seen, especially this weekend, what was it? Randy Orton told Zilla that he'll be seeing him soon.
When he told them that?
From what I saw, it was this weekend. It was at FanFest.
Yeah,
they was both there.
There are rumors.
So maybe it's Zilla coming back. Zilla always said in his interviews, being outside of the company, that his tribal chief is Roman Reigns. So we already know who the Usos rolling with. We know who Jacob about to roll with now.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob ain't gonna be by himself forever. He gonna align with something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He gonna be his own man, but he gonna roll with one of the two, and Solo's out. So I think that's the numbers. Is them four? I think that'll do it until Roman gets back, which I don't know if it's a contract thing or what.
I think Roman being out right now, it's a good thing because it keeps his appearances fresh, and he's not needed for a storyline right now. You know what I mean? Like Punk and Seth. I think Roman pops up when Seth becomes a champion at any point.
You don't think Roman fights Cena?
I don't know.
I mean, Cena fought Roman.
Oh, do you think Roman takes the belt off of him?
I'd take that over Cody. If I'm being honest.
And then you have Seth chasing Roman,
which is always a good segment. Okay.
Who knows? Well, I guess as the time comes, we'll find out. I think we're going to get a lot of movement this weekend in terms of title matches and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cena defending? Yeah, he is defending the belt against Punk. I think since we have two title matches, I think the title picture will become a lot clearer after this weekend.
Does someone drop a belt?
I don't know. Honestly, I can't call it. And
I feel like they never do in Saudi. Are we even really going?
No, they do. Still? Remember
who? What big belt?
Seth lost the belt to the Fiend, and then the Fiend lost the belt to somebody in Saudi too.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, but then we had what I think has been an interesting part of the angle. Like I feel like Seth's group has beef on different shows with different people.
Yeah, but it's not all Seth. It's the people he roll with. It's the people that's behind him.
Yeah, and like they got LA Knight, and they had Penta on Raw, and they have who else is on Raw? Sammy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's dope. I like where they're doing this. We got LA Knight versus Big Bronson Reed, which is hilarious. BBR. Mm-hmm. The BBR versus LA Knight, and it was a decent match. I think the finish was as we needed because he wins by DQ because Braun Breaker hits a spear off the top, and then Bronson hits a splash on him. I think they're writing him off for TV for a while. What do you think?
You said you think they're writing who off? Say it again.
Or what's it called? LA Knight. What do you think?
Yeah, because didn't they say he was injured, or he got an injury from the splash?
Yeah, but I wonder why though.
If it's not a real injury, I don't know, man. Because I don't see him going for the title. I don't see that.
I don't know. It
doesn't surprise me
anymore.
They already revamped him. You know what I'm saying? From LA to Maxine or to
Maxine Dupree.
Was it? No, it wasn't Maxine. Maxine's the girl.
Yeah. It was.
That's why I stumbled.
From whatever he was.
Whatever his name was. Mr. Dupree. To back to LA Knight. So I don't know what you could change him to now. That would be, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it was that we're gonna watch. That's why we watch. We don't know what's gonna happen.
We will see.
And then we get Jacob Fatu cutting a Jacob Fatu-esque promo, basically challenging Solo Sikoa for a shot at his belt. That's how Jacob is. He's out there like, nah, son, we got a match for the belt. Like, I would have just asked for a match. But because he's all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? He wants all the smoke. We get our main event match. Our main event match. What is your thoughts of the main event match? The match that went probably 3 minutes.
Crap! Before which match was the main event match for Friday night?
It was Cena versus Ron Killings.
Oh yeah, it was short. It was short-lived. Everybody got their spots. Ron Killings came out bombing. Cena with the getaway with the title. Ron Killings running after him. Cena hits him with the belt in new heel Cena fashion. The belt shot. That's why I keep saying like this has to lead to a title shot for Ron Killings.
And then post match, we get CM Punk running out for the save.
Oh my God!
He gets hit.
Yep.
And he gets put through a table. And then John Cena.
Listen, John Cena was giving out title shots or giving out hits with this title like Oprah was.
Yeah.
Giving out prizes at her show. Like it was crazy. But
so what do you think about the promo afterwards?
The
pipe bomb.
The John Cena pipe bomb? It was interesting.
It was hilariously good.
Like, it was very interesting.
It was like in John Cena heel mode. That's what I enjoyed about it.
Yes.
He basically, one of the highlights he said, which was hilarious, and I was like, man, this is good. I hope he came up with it, but it's probably good written when he says, Punk's tweets are strong, but his actions are weak. And in Saudi Arabia, he's going to face some loud music when Cena comes and proves that he's always been the greatest of all time. And he says, and as the crowd cheers this, John Cena says they know that CM Punk was the best in the world for 7 minutes 14 years ago, which is whew. But after Night of Fallen Champions, he's gonna, the music's gonna stop and he's gonna get a heavy dose of reality. That is a goddamn promo. I understand you take all the shit that he said, Matt Cardona, Nick Nemeth.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Okay.
Like I like it, but it's one of those things that it happens well.
But it's crazy because he was checking for the mic to be off. He was like, "Oh, we're still on." He was like, USA. He was like, "You can keep that extra minute and a half." He was like, "I don't need it."
Yeah.
I was like, He's cooking.
He is. It was a good genuine promo. I know it was scripted, but it was good. And I don't know. Like, it was pretty good. And honestly, I'm for it. Like, it sold me even more on the main on what I think is going to be the main event of the show in Saudi. And that was a good way because that's one of the go home. Well, it's not the go home show because we're gonna get more.
Friday. Yeah,
we're gonna get the go home show Friday, but Friday the go home shows, especially if they're in the same location as the actual show that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be eventful. I know we're gonna get a title shot. I believe there's a championship match on Friday night SmackDown, but
trying to think of who.
I don't know. I usually like to be surprised.
Oh, okay, I was about to say I think it's
it might be the tag. Yeah, the tag team bout. It's gonna be the Street Profits versus the White Six.
White Six.
And
I don't see the Profits dropping yet.
Who knows? Who knows?
These are facts.
So we basically get we move on to Raw, and then we get Steph coming out, cuts a promo. My man's wearing the Eddie Murphy leather outfit, looking like straight heat always. And he comes out, his heel group cuts another promo. Basically, he acknowledged that the confusion and said that people don't know what they want. They sing his song. They bark for Braun. They also chant for CM Punk and Roman Reigns. He said the same thing happened with John Cena's promo on last SmackDown. He's the bad guy at the moment, and the crowd starts cheering him for a while. And, like, he's killing it. He's killing it. And then he comes out, and I believe Penta comes out to interfere, right? And he gets a beat down for his troubles. Great opener. And what do you think of that opener? Do you think I think Seth is part of probably what I think the best part of Monday Night Raw right now? What do you think?
So, first off, I got to talk about his fit. He's been coming out in less crazy stuff lately.
He's coming out with drip. That's all he's coming out with.
Now that shit is swaggy. I can't even hold you. But definitely have to touch on that part. Penta coming out and getting that beat down, I feel like it's just gonna keep pushing Penta into the stratosphere.
I mean, he's mixing and matching with people that like AEW would never. Like he's part of the main event. Like, you know what I mean? Like come on. And like, I don't know, man. Like I think the fact that Penta is out there, believes in the WWE, likes him, and then the fact that he didn't just have the match, and it was like Seth came out at the end of the match after Braun Breaker beat him in an amazing spot, hit him with the spear when Penta was coming off the middle rope, and said, basically, Penta, this is your warning shot. That's it. Stay out of our business.
And Penta was like, no,
which is amazing. I think I like that. Maybe Penta's a dark horse here. I don't know, man.
I'm here for it. I
love it.
Is his brother in NXT? Is that where he is?
No, I think he's in SmackDown. I think he's just floating right now. Like, I think after the AAA thing, it's been a couple weeks since he's been on SmackDown TV.
Well, I haven't seen him. Yeah,
I don't think he's gone. Like, I don't think they're retooling him or anything. I just think he might have had a couple of nights off. I think he's back. I don't. And as long as Penta's there, he's gonna make it in the WWE.
Okay,
So we got a couple dry cleaning segments. Basically, a couple segments where they update you on things. They talk about Liv Morgan's injury, how she's going to be out for a few months, which is sad to see. And then we see, which directly leads to the AJ Styles backstage segment with the returning Adam Pearce, who's been out for like a week or two. Says that Dominic Mysterio is hurt, and unfortunately, their match at Night of Champions has been postponed until he's cleared. And once he's cleared, that Styles will be the first in line against Mysterio. They might be holding that for SummerSlam, or they might just be holding that for Saturday night's main event. Who knows? Then we get a quick New Day sighting, where Grayson Waller is with them. I don't know, why is Grayson Waller with the New Day? Did him and Austin?
So you remember the segment that they had? It was the New Day, and it was A-Town Down Under, but it was Austin Theory getting upset that he chanted the New Day, New Day, when they were talking. And it's been a little back and forth, and then he got spotted. I feel like he got spotted talking with the New Day, and now he's just with them.
Where's Austin?
He might be getting revamped.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like y'all been talking about this babyface push, so
I mean,
I just don't see him as a
something, because out of all of those two, I didn't think Grayson Waller was going to be the one getting more TV time, because he kind of like fell into the shuffle when he was in NXT.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Grayson Waller though.
Yeah, I haven't seen him wrestle enough for me to have an opinion. So
I like the person.
So basically, then we had the sit down interview with Goldberg, which was
oodles of fun, correct?
Yeah, oodles of fun. But then he basically said that there was no way he was going to let Gunther messing with his family slide. And he says the lack of respect is unbelievable. He was embarrassed in front of his wife and his son and his fans and his adopted hometown. So there's no way that he was going to let him get away with it. He doesn't care if he's got 1 foot in the grave. Nobody talks to him like that and gets away with it. And, they're reiterating that he's last or whatever. Decent promo. Wasn't the greatest thing. And then we get Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill for the semifinals. Jade Cargill wins after blocking the pop rocks and a big boot. Draws her up for the last ride, rolling through. Chicken wing pin, beats her 1, 2, 3. Jade is celebrating.
Like an announcer.
Huh?
Said you over here sounding like an announcer.
I mean, it was a good match. I think, I don't know why, but I feel like Roxanne Perez would have been better suited. But then you get Asuka celebrating on the stage. I mean, no, she makes her way out. Yeah, I did call it. Asuka square up with her, and they send us to break. You get backstage Sheamus in the slow burn of an angle between him and Rusev. This is the most appearances that Rusev has had in the last 5 years. Like AEW, he was only around for 2 weeks, and then it's like he went on hiatus. And basically, we're going to get that match. Where do you think we get that match? We get that match on Monday Night Raw?
I feel like it hasn't built enough to be a pay-per-view match yet.
Okay. And then shout out to WWE.
Or at least it could be a Saturday night.
Maybe. Shout out to WWE referencing the League of Nations on this. And, coincidentally, who's a part of League of Nations as well?
Who is that? Tell the people.
It was, of course, Sheamus. It was, of course, Rusev. It was Claudio.
I was like, we're talking about one person.
You know who we're talking about.
I mean, I know who we're talking about.
Alberto Del Rio.
You gotta say it with some flair.
Alberto no real which I don't know, man. I don't know. I know people are saying that he's on the outs. That's why he lost the belt. But
I mean, they took the belt off of him before AAA, or before
maybe
Collide.
maybe they might be bringing him to the main roster. Who the hell knows? I've seen weirder things happen.
I don't know. There's only one person who done some stuff to get them booted. That could have got them booted that is still around. So I'm just saying.
I mean, then he basically said it's time to put up or shut up. And then we get the obligatory reply promo segment with Gunther. He's in the ring. He calls this man out by his like stripped him down. He says nothing Goldberg can say will change his perception that he's a 58-year-old one-trick pony not fit to lace his boots. And he takes the moment to apologize to Bill's wife and son for everything he's going to do to the man that used to be Goldberg. He's like dressing this dude down. And he said the myth of Goldberg dies once and for all. And it's crazy and fitting at the same time that the company that Vince McMahon created is going to finally put the nail in the coffin to the WCW creation, which was Bill Goldberg. I think this match is gonna be a bopper because Gunther can wrestle a wet paper towel and get a good match out of them. And then what was the chef's kiss to this segment was at the end. Of course, you see Becky Lynch with the weird conspiracy against her promo. We get Sami Zayn standing by and gets interviewed, but before he can say anything, Karrion Kross rolls up to mock him and tells him that he had a good speech last week, but he still got dropped by Orton, and just like Kross said he would, and he's never going to be world champion. And then Sami says he's right, and then he drops him with a single right hook. And then the funniest part of it, number one, the best part of it, is that Scarlett is back and Karrion Kross is wearing her shirt and he's laughing after he gets hit. And then we get Becky Lynch versus Bayley, and which I think was a really good show, a really good match until Lyra Valkyrie gets involved, until shenanigans, and then Becky Lynch wins by disqualification. And Lyra drop kicks her through the ropes, but Bayley pulls her aside and berates her for getting involved and costing her the match. Honestly, I think we're going to see a Lyra Valkyria heel turn. What do you think?
I think so. I feel like that's the only thing that could come of it.
But does she team with Becky?
No, she attacked Becky. Becky's the reason for the heel turn.
So the situation is gonna give birth to two heels.
I don't see why not.
I like it. I like where it's going.
To touch on the Goldberg thing, do you think Goldberg could beat Gunther?
I doubt it.
He beat Brock.
I don't want him to beat him. That's it. I'm not going to talk about it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I'm saying he beat Brock. Brock was
one of his closest
golden
friends.
Boy.
That was one of his friends.
What's that
Brock
mean?
and Goldberg are cool as hell.
They probably are. Look at them. They probably are. I believe it.
That was a whole Brock thing. I don't think there's no way in hell, because there's no payoff for that. Like, what does Gunther do? He gets a rematch and beats him down? No, this hurts Gunther severely.
I mean, they down for hurting talent. It's fine.
I don't know, man. But so we get a heel turn.
Matter of fact,
about Goldberg.
He beat Bray Wyatt. He beat the Fiend.
Yeah, he did. I know. I'm not gonna talk about Bill Goldberg anymore.
Doing this.
I'm not. And I think after the Becky Lynch match, we get one of the best surprise segments.
Okay, I'll wait.
Which is we get Chad Gable talking to Ivy Nile and calls her his favorite student and basically says like, yo, you got to do better. Like, and then we get to what I like. We get the Hoss fight. Finally, we get Raquel Rodriguez in the ring. She calls out Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a segment. A lot of people forgot Raquel's not just a side character. She was a beast in NXT and in the beginning of her Monday Night Raw run. But then, you know, she had issues and she needed to take some time away. And then now they have her playing second fiddle to Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that she had this segment with Rhea. They basically have a brawl, and then Roxanne Perez comes out, and that's how they get the pretty much the upper hand, and she one-on power bombs her into the Slim Jim table, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then in this version, they have Roxanne Perez not being the leader. I'm sorry, being the leader, and Raquel Rodriguez being the leader and Roxanne being the follower. So you push Raquel into being more of a main character versus somebody that is probably the most over woman on Raw, which is Rhea. I think we're it's going to lead to a tag match, but I want it to be a one-on-one match between Rhea and Raquel, and I would give Raquel
what it is
the victory. What they already booked it.
You talking about Raquel Rodriguez, right?
Oh, it's a street fight next week.
I was like, it's already been done because she went in the Adam Pearce office, and Adam Pearce just calmly said, "Yep, you need a match against them, but it should be a street fight." And she was like, "Well, it's official." He was like, "I could have said it better myself." So we're gonna get that.
I see Raquel winning.
That always happens.
Like Raquel wins.
I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Like, you got to push her. She's a great talent.
We love Rhea. Don't get me wrong, but Rhea can take some L's.
Yeah,
Rhea can take some L's. But that always happens with tag teams, though. They go through. Someone gets hurt, and someone starts to get pushed from the other piece. So, I like it. How do you feel about the segment with after they talked about Liv being injured, they had the segment with B-Fab and Michin sitting in the little golf cart.
Wait, they were on Raw?
Yeah, I believe that was Raw. Was that not Raw? Where they had the segment? That wasn't yesterday? They had the segment.
I don't remember that from the show, so I can't say what I thought because I didn't see it.
I believe they had the segment. They were sitting in there. Michin was like, yeah, it was like, we can keep them tag team titles warm for them and doop, this, that, and the third. And, Michin's been trying to get B-Fab to pick her weapon because Michin has the kendo stick with a do-rag on it or with the bandana on it.
So you think they interfere with the Raquel Rodriguez to get a tag title match?
Hey, why not? Put them on TV. I like Michin on TV. Michin was dominant when she went back to NXT. B-Fab's been out there working too, though.
Give her a win.
Look, I'm here for it.
And then we get Raw put on a main event caliber, like pay-per-view main event match with Cody Raheem can't shoot a basketball Rhodes versus.
You saw that live?
Yeah. Versus Jay. I didn't see it live. I saw the video because I was not there. This happened Sunday. I was already home.
Okay.
So,
woo, Lord. He didn't jump though. He didn't leave his feet. He was shooting like he was shooting free throws. You know how you don't jump for a free throw, you just kind of come up.
Yeah.
He was shooting threes like he was shooting free throws.
And he was doing them slippery earls. So that's the only I give him a pass for that.
I guess.
However, man, this match cooked. A lot of near falls. They had the trading of the finishers. When Jay reversed the Cody cutter and did his own Cody cutter, and then he went in and hit him with the
Did he hit him with a crossroads?
No, that's what he reversed. He reversed the crossroads and hit him with a crossroads. And then the avalanche Cody cutter, that was actually decent. I thought it was a botch, but I went back and looked at it. No, it was actually a perfect way to protect the opponent. Like, because it was like an avalanche. It wasn't like he just did the Cody cutter. It's like he dropped first and then the opponent fell behind him. Like, the crowd was hot for it.
Oh yeah, no, come on now. The two of the biggest names in the company. Yeah. So they had to cook. You had to give them time because I think it went like 2 minutes over the 30 mark or a minute over the 30 mark. With that, like, what was it? I knew the finish was going to be the finish. I knew who was going to win. I feel like if the other men's match would have went the opposite way and it was Sammy who won instead of Randy, then it would have been Jay who would have won instead of Cody, just because the history that the two people have on each side. So now I'm excited that we get Randy and Cody. We finally get to see them face off, and Randy coming with that heat because he got screwed over last year. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the promo that's gonna come Friday. This is gonna be legacy references.
Got to.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think
he gotta bring up his dad, that he RKO'd his dad.
Yeah,
like we need to hear that.
Like, it's gonna be cool, which is kind of like the opposite of what Jade Asuka. Like, you ain't gonna get a real good promo out of that because Asuka can't cut a promo except in her way, and then Jade is green as baby shit. So, like,
just let them fight. That's all they got to do. They just got to put hands on each other. That's really
First of all, I hit the group chat. I was like, what? Like, who greased up Jade? She came out. I thought she ran into the diddler, bro. They put so much baby oil on this girl. I was like, what is going on?
Honest to God, I don't know. I think we all noticed.
All in all, this is a good week of wrestling.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna get a good weekend of wrestling. And I think it's gonna be fun. Remember, Night of Champions is hailing from Saudi. So it's going to be 1 p.m. start time on the East, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. And I am looking forward to see, because there's so many directions that they can go in every match that they have there. And it kind of like, I'm very curious, like what's going to happen, because there's so many variables, like who's going to go to what. You got Seth looming with the briefcase. And I think it's going to be really good. I think it's better than what they did last year, in which the both King and the Rings didn't really amount to a lot. But
no,
let's see where they're at. So what is your final thoughts of the wrestling we had this week, and what do you think is going to happen in the pay-per-view, or the PLE rather?
They're still PPVs to me. I still call them pay-per-views. Either way it goes. This week, from what we saw so far, was great. I'm excited to see what goes on in a few days for SmackDown, just because you gotta cook up something good. Definitely start building some new stuff as well. Was just, like I said, with some people that's off TV. That's why I was talking about the Mi Chen thing. I feel like other than that, I'm excited for this weekend. I want to see who loses. I would like to see a title change of some sorts. Just because, I mean, it's a pay-per-view. You pay so much money for these pay-per-views or for these PLEs. Somebody got to drop a title.
Okay.
Especially if all these titles aren't on the line or all these titles aren't on the show. Somebody got to drop something.
I find it weird that there's no women's title being defended. And then Io Sky has not defended. I saw a graphic the other day that Io Sky has not defended her title since WrestleMania.
Nope. She has not. Just like, when was the last time Tiffany defended hers?
Since Saturday night's main event.
Against who?
She defended it. Didn't she defend it against Charlotte or something?
No, that was whatchamacallit. That was
WrestleMania.
Mania. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. No, she's defending against Nia Jax.
Who interfered then?
No, she just beat her.
Beat her clean?
I believe so.
I just don't see that shit happening.
I think
in the real world.
Like, I don't know, man. I think we're in a good space. We're gonna get some good wrestling.
It's gonna be good.
So hopefully next week we're joined by Shane. If not, we'll still rock it out again.
Yeah, keep going.
Yep. All right, everybody. This has been the latest episode of Bump and Bruises podcast. I'm your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid. To my left and my right, because again we can't tell. It's Derek, aka Bama 1392. Follow the account Bumps and Bruises on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You know,
Twitch. No Twitch yet.
No Twitch. Excuse me.
TikTok, YouTube. Go watch the video. Leave a comment. Leave a like. It helps the page out. Helps more people see it. Get us out there. All that good stuff. Catch us at one of these pay-per-views too. We'll be out there at some point.
So until next time, everybody, thanks for joining us and thank you for spending time talking about wrestling for a show that was brought to you by fans for fans. Peace, y'all.